Hey there. I know that may feel a little bit strange about how you found your way to this video. And whatever way, maybe you just popped up your feed, or maybe you just were scrolling and you just randomly found it. And you thought to yourself, oh, I got some time, well, why not watch it, why not see what the guy has to say? And if you did think that, well, I thank you, for just giving me this time, to yap about Christ. And man, really, I kind of want to share a little bit about what I was reading. And today, because like throughout the summer, I've been reading Psalms, which definitely read. It's very good. Psalms is basically just a collection of David's prayers, basically, to the Lord within 150 chapters. Right? I don't know how many verses, so don't even ask. But yeah, it's been good. And I was reading Psalm 74, and it really goes into a little bit about, well, what David himself really, really expresses. And he always expresses it like this, to where he explains how the wicked are like overthrowing God's people, or like beating them down in a way. And he always sort of ends it where he says, like, in a bunch of different ways, like, oh God, why aren't you doing something? Oh God, why aren't you doing anything? Like, you have the power. I know you not have the power. And so David is wondering constantly, why is God like procrastinating in a way? And thinking that God isn't procrastinating. And this feels like you, honestly. Maybe you, right? Even I felt like that. Even maybe recent, I felt like that, to where I'm like, man, God, why are you not just doing this? I'm praying, I'm always being faithful. And maybe it's because God is instead trying to slow you down, right? There was a time, right, where I felt like I was moving, bro. I was moving, right? I was figuring out new teachings left and right. They were helping me and guiding me. And it felt like a fun journey, I'm not gonna lie. And that's the thing, is that, and it's funny how the journey may not look fun, but throughout your life, throughout the time, it actually feels like, wow, that was like probably the most eventful time of my life. And the thing is that once God starts slowing you down by maybe not answering this many prayers, whatever it may be. Maybe he's not answering a lot of your prayers. Maybe he's not uplifting you in different ways. Maybe he's not giving you so many new teachings. Instead, he's slowing you down because he knows that, yes, you've gained all this knowledge, but do you really remember all? Right? And so I think, and I love the thing that David says, to where after he says, like, because in this, like, before he says what I'm about to say, he says, like, oh God, you have the power, there's no prophets left, there's no more signs from you, like, and like we don't know what to do, like, why are you withholding your power? Like, come on, man. But David then says, but God, my king from long ago. And then he basically, like, give me a second. Alright. He says, but God is my king from long ago. He brings salvation on the earth. And so, really, to sort of express something is that, man, God may just be slowing you down. Maybe God needs you to just wait. Wait. Very patiently. And it's because sometimes that waiting nobody likes. Surprisingly, even though before they loved it, they loved the resting, they loved when God stopped putting so much on. When God stopped putting so much on them, and instead, now in your waiting period, it's actually more of a wait. You're actually feeling the weight. It's sort of like what is it? like whenever you
yeah.
sorry, that was my grandmother. I'm staying at their place right now. But anyways, and so the thing I really want to express is how significant that waiting period is, right? If you look back to even David himself, right? See, David didn't just we didn't get really a story on David, right? He had to go through a waiting period, right? He wasn't just born a prophet, but wait, he was, right? He was. He explained in the Psalms. Actually, I think it's can't remember exactly which one. But and the thing is that David himself, of course, goes through a waiting period himself. He has to wait until he's like, I believe it's 13 years. I can't remember, but he has to wait pretty good amount of time until he actually fulfills what he's supposed to. You know, he kills the Goliath. You know, and I think we're all, in a way, in that place where we're waiting for something. Maybe it's a breakthrough. Maybe it's a blessing. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a open door. Maybe it's a maybe new job opportunity for some. Maybe it's the opportunity to have more friends for some. Right? Whatever it may be, we're all waiting for something. We're all waiting for God to answer our prayers. We're all waiting for God to do something in our life. That's the thing. When God then does a lot for you, opens a bunch of doors, and you start like running, and then he kind of like stops you, right? He kind of like he kind of like full halts you, you know, and tells you to really slow down, because now in this waiting period, you're wondering, okay, God, what are you trying to, tell me? And a lot of times, it's God reminding us. God reminding us of the things we learned. Because a lot of time, even myself, when I was in my, sort of like running period, you could say, where I was just sort of racing through in a way, God stopped me multiple times, and wanted to slow me down and level me and wanted me to go through, well, all the teachings that I was taught, right? And so really, I know there's a lot of yapping for me, but really the core thing is that David, right, even though he didn't know what to do, even though he saw no more signs, no more prophets, no more nothing from God, he still remembered that God was his king from long ago, and God was there for him when nobody else was, not even his family. And so really to show that, man, I just hope that whoever sees this gets at least this, and is that we shouldn't be always looking for the period in our spot in our life where we can sort of succeed all the time. Instead, look at the present, right? Look at where you are now. Don't try looking for quick success. No, instead, stay where God needs you to stay. Be where you need to be. Be there for the people you already have, And so that we, shall all be in that waiting period. That we shall grow, though, in that waiting period. And in that waiting period, God shall ready us, shall armor us in a way for our breakthrough. Because here's the thing. In the time of that breakthrough, in the time of that sort of running, I guess, where you're now going through some stuff, God needs you to remember all that he has prepared you, all that he has showed you. And now you are sort of prepared, trained to run that race. And so, and I know, a lot of yapping, but I really just want to get this out, is that God may be putting you in a waiting period and armoring you, training you, preparing you for what is ahead. That you need this. And even David had to accept it, that this was a time where he had to just trust God. that he was the same God he's always been. And you too. And even me, And, yeah, man. So, again, I don't know, for the last time, I promise. If you're in a waiting period, don't worry. Because, well, God is there for you. God just needs you to keep on being faithful. Keep in the road. Keep on that narrow road. Continue. Don't let other things, don't let other people sway you from it. Don't let it stay in it. Discipline yourself in it. And know that His path is the only path. And that when He needs you to wait, you shall wait. You shall be patient. You shall accept that right now, God is preparing me for the path ahead. God bless, man.